Hey folks, so we are listening to Zanny from Melbourne tonight while I still figure out some public domain music. So I'm hoping Zanny won't sue me. I met her at a gig where she opened for my friend Catherine, who I will try to convince her to get some music done on vinyl, but I assume it's not cheap. But Zanny was lovely, and she emphasized that her name was pronounced Zanny like Fanny, and that's the sort of advice I absolutely remember. So that was a lot of fun, and she was awesome live. Back when, you remember live music? So, that was a thing. I'm still figuring out some stuff with all this. This looks so much better and is running so much smoother than my laptop already. But I'm trying not to count chickens, and it does have a bit of a streakiness to it. But I don't know if that's the output of my TV or if it's the camera, because one weird thing is I can't seem to change the settings on my camera at the moment in Streamlabs, and I would like to stick with Streamlabs because I've given them some money for Prime use and all that sort of thing, and from memory it did give me more settings or more familiar use of settings when I was comparing it with just OBS. So we'll see, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Because I might watch this back and think it's completely unwatchable. I do still have some how-to videos to get through. And yeah, and obviously I need to get some public domain music, which I'm really looking forward to. The guy who runs my local record store is really cool, and I think he'll really enjoy having me come in and say, hey, I've got some money to spend on some music that's in the public domain. Go play. Go fill me up a milk crate. It's also, it's still February in Australia, so it's, well, yeah, if it's February in Australia, it's February everywhere. Except maybe New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand, it's not February anymore. Anyway, it's still Black History Month is the main thing, and the website that I downloaded in the Hall of the Mountain King from, which I used in that first one night build video, was promoting Black History Month composers, and it was just this massive duh moment for me that of course there were black composers, and of course there's always been black composers. We just weren't taught about them in school, So that's this whole other genre that I get to sink my teeth into now, and I am wholeheartedly looking forward to it. Because for those who don't know me, I went to a private school, and it was very much one of those ivory tower style private schools where we learnt about white people and only white people, and all the whitest kids from the best families got the best grades, and that was decided long before anyone actually did any work, and the white kids would shout Abdul at people in the lunch area. So, not an experience I look back on fondly is what I'm getting at here. And I am obviously white as the driven snow, so probably a lot of internalized shit going on there as well. So, you know, that's fun. That's a time. It's a part of this whole growing up process we talk about. Okay. Do I have my tools with me? No. I was really unprepared. This was just looking good, and I decided I'd go for it. But I'm replacing... Ooh, looks like I don't need my tools. I'm replacing the head on Living Saint Celestine, because I've got my monthly builds for Patreon up in a big display, and so I look at her every day, and I would look at the face and think of how not happy I was with how her glowing eyes turned out just about every day. And so I decided to stop whinging and do something about that. So I'm giving her a Tyrael head, and I think that looks way cooler. Yeah, look at that. Arr. And that's all I had put aside to do on this stream, actually, which is handy because it's time for me to flip the record, and I don't think anyone's tuned in, but that's okay. I've given myself a lot of work to look back on and go, oh, okay, this video is turning out this way. It looks this way on my TV, but maybe it looks fine on a computer monitor. Maybe it looks fine on a phone even. Who knows? I think her neck's still a bit high there, so I don't know. Looking at it in my hand and looking at it on the camera, I'm getting a totally different vibe off. But I'll let that dry just a little, and then I'll trim down the paper clip that's holding the head in, and then I'll super glue it together. Okie dokie.